The grand chandelier flickered as Henry Caldwell raised his glass, his eyes scanning the elegantly set dining room. Outside, a cold autumn wind rattled the mansion windows, carrying the distant echo of a storm approaching. Family members murmured anxiously, their laughter forced, their smiles brittle, as if they sensed the tension in the air. Henry cleared his throat, his voice calm but commanding. "Tonight," he said, "I will reveal something that changes everything." Whispers filled the room. His daughter, Emma, sat rigid in her chair, clutching the edge of the table. His wife, Clara, looked pale, fragile, her hands trembling over her wine glass. In the corner, Aunt Margaret and her daughter Sophie exchanged a glance, thinly veiled with impatience, and something darker, something sinister. Henry reached into his pocket and pulled out a folded letter. "This contains the truth," he said, his voice lowering, "and it will determine who in this room deserves my legacy." At that moment, the maid, Evelyn, paused in the doorway, her eyes widening. She had seen something, a secret buried in the shadows of this family, something deadly. She knew that the words Henry was about to read could shatter lives, expose betrayals no one dared speak aloud, and maybe even save someone from a fate far worse than heartbreak. Time seemed to freeze. Forks hovered midair, breaths caught in throats, and the storm outside raged louder. And then Henry unfolded the letter, revealing a truth that would change everything. No one in that room could have imagined the horror and the shock that was about to unfold. If you love emotional and heartwarming stories, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell, so you'll always be the first to hear our next story. Now, let's begin. Henry Caldwell was not just a millionaire. He was a man who built his empire from nothing. His mansion in the outskirts of Boston was a reflection of his success. Grandiose, flawless, and meticulously curated. But wealth, Henry had learned, could never shield him from betrayal. His daughter, Emma, was the light of his life. Her laughter, once so free, had become cautious, her eyes carrying a shadow of worry he couldn't yet understand. Emma was a bright, ambitious girl, studying at Harvard, always dreaming of a future that extended far beyond the mansion's walls. But tonight, something felt different. Clara, Henry's wife, had grown distant over the past months. Their marriage, once a partnership of love and mutual respect, now teetered on fragile threads. She moved through the mansion like a ghost, her smiles rare and forced, her eyes often lingering on Emma with a tenderness tinged with fear. Evelyn, the maid, had served the Caldwell family for over a decade. She knew every corridor, every secret passage, every whispered argument behind closed doors. But nothing had prepared her for the discovery she made just days ago. A hidden letter, carefully tucked away, containing the truth about the family's darkest secret. Henry had been preparing for a simple family dinner, celebrating Emma's recent achievements. But destiny and Evelyn's discovery had other plans. The storm outside mirrored the storm about to erupt inside the mansion walls. As the family settled, a sense of tension hung thick in the air. Henry's heart was heavy, sensing that tonight, the masks would fall. He knew that reading the letter could destroy relationships, expose betrayals, and leave scars that might never heal. Yet there was no turning back. Evelyn had found the letter in the old library, behind a false panel in a mahogany bookshelf. Its edges were worn, the ink smudged, but the words were clear. A confession of deception, a hidden truth about Emma's mother's past. Clara had not been entirely honest with Henry. For a decade, Clara had hidden a secret from him. Years ago, she had been involved in a shady business deal with her sister, Margaret, that indirectly threatened Henry's empire. The deal had failed, but the repercussions had been buried under layers of lies, false assurances, and convenient forgetfulness. The letter revealed that Sophie, Margaret's daughter, had played a pivotal role. She had been promised a part of the Caldwell fortune in exchange for keeping her mother's secret silent. But greed, as Evelyn had feared, would not let the matter rest quietly. As Evelyn approached Henry with the letter, she hesitated, knowing the truth might shatter him. But the moment demanded courage. "Sir," she whispered, placing the envelope gently on the polished oak table. This is something you need to see." Henry's hands trembled as he took it. His eyes scanned the first lines, then the next, and his world began to crumble. The betrayal wasn't just a matter of money. It was a matter of trust, of love, of everything he believed about the woman he had married. Emma's eyes widened, sensing the tension, though she could not yet comprehend the depth of the revelation. Clara's face paled, her composure faltering. Margaret's smug expression wavered, just enough for Henry to notice the satisfaction in her eyes. Henry stood, voice firm but trembling. "Clara, Emma, Margaret, Sophie, this letter changes everything." The room grew silent. Each family member braced for the storm. Clara tried to speak, her voice shaky. "Henry, it's not what it seems." But the words fell flat. The evidence in the letter was undeniable. Years of lies, carefully woven, now exposed in ink and paper. Evelyn watched from the corner, knowing she had done the right thing, though the tension made her chest ache. She had saved Henry from years of ignorance. But at what cost? Henry's anger rose, not just at the deceit, but at the years lost, the trust broken, the innocence of Emma caught in the crossfire. "How could you hide this from me?" "From her?" he demanded, looking at Clara. Clara's tears fell freely now. I thought I was protecting you. All of us." Margaret's expression hardened. "You should have known better, Henry. Secrets are part of life." The storm outside mirrored the chaos inside. Lightning flashed, illuminating the room with stark clarity. Thunder roared as if echoing the heartbreak in Henry's soul. Emma stood, trembling but resolute. "I don't want anyone's secrets anymore. I want the truth," she said, her voice surprisingly steady. And so the unraveling began. The letter contained more than just betrayal. It revealed that Clara had unknowingly put Emma in danger years ago. The failed business deal had exposed Emma's trust and safety to outside threats. Evelyn had discovered evidence of this only recently, hidden in Margaret's old correspondence. Henry read aloud, each word striking like a dagger. The family could no longer deny it. The wealth, the power, the image of perfection, all crumbled into nothingness. Margaret's schemes were exposed. Sophie's manipulations were revealed. The entire facade of control the family had maintained was gone. Clara fell to her knees, sobbing. "I never wanted this for Emma. I swear." Emma embraced her mother, tears falling freely. "I need you to be honest with me. From now on," she whispered. Henry, though furious, felt a strange relief. The truth, though painful, allowed the family to begin anew. It was the first step toward healing, toward reclaiming trust, toward facing the storm together. Evelyn quietly slipped out of the room, leaving the family to confront their past and rebuild their future. The storm passed. The mansion, once a symbol of perfection and control, now stood as a testament to resilience and honesty. Henry and Clara spoke for hours, confronting the lies, the mistakes, the pain. Emma, wise beyond her years, understood that even wealth and privilege could not shield one from the complexities of truth. Margaret and Sophie, exposed and humiliated, could no longer manipulate the family. Their hold was broken. Evelyn returned briefly, smiling softly. "Truth has a price," she said, "but it also saves lives." Henry looked at his daughter, then at his wife, and finally at the letter that had changed everything. The tears, the heartbreak, the revelations, they were painful, yes, but necessary. The family vowed to rebuild, to cherish honesty above all else. Wealth and power would remain, but now guided by integrity and love. The hidden letter had broken a millionaire's heart, but it also opened the door to healing, to connection, and to a new beginning. And as the sun rose the next morning over the Boston estate, Henry felt a strange sense of peace. The storm had passed, and with it came clarity, truth, and hope. Which part of this story touched you the most? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to read them. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you won't miss any of our next emotional stories.